Hey everyone, so nice to see you all. Thank you for checking in this midweek devotional video. Look is one of the first words that many children learn to read. The command form of look, as in look out, is really important when you think about this. Often in life, we need to use this word or to take note of this word. Although it is usually good to look out, doing so can cause problems in our especially in areas of faith, right? In Matthew chapter 14, we see Peter, who's considered the most impulsive disciples. And here you see that literally he steps out in faith. And unfortunately, he looks out and gets into deep trouble. And as you read this passage, note the importance of keeping your eyes on Jesus Christ and not on your circumstances. Look with me in Matthew chapter 14. It says, "Immediately Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and go on ahead of him to the other side. While he dismissed the crowd, after he had dismissed them, he went up on the mountainside by himself to pray. Later that night, he was there alone, and the boat was already a considerable distance from land, buffeted by the waves because the wind was against it. Shortly before dawn, Jesus went out to them walking on the lake. When the disciples saw him walking on the lake, they were terrified. 'It's a ghost,' they said, and cried out in fear. But Jesus immediately said to them, 'Take courage, it is I. Don't be afraid.' 'Lord, if it is you,' Peter replied, 'tell me to come to you on the water.' 'Come,' he said. Then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on the water, and came toward Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, cried out, 'Lord, save me.' Immediately Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. 'You of little faith,' he said, 'why did you doubt?' And when they climbed into the boat, the wind died down. Then those who were in the boat worshipped him, saying, 'Truly, you are the Son of God.'" You see, when the disciples saw Jesus walking on the water, they could hardly believe their eyes. Peter asked Jesus to summon him to walk on the water, and that was quite a step of faith for Peter to take. And when Jesus invited him to walk, Peter stepped out of the boat and began to walk on the water's surface, right? But as soon as he looked away from Jesus and looked around at the waves and the murky water, he started to sink. As Peter's example proves that a person's faith doesn't stay constant. It increases or decreases depending on where you choose to focus your attention. Those who focus on their problems are likely to find their faith decreasing. But those who focus their attention on Jesus are likely to find their faith increasing. You know, as of this moment, interestingly, as I am recording this video, the presidential election results have not been finalized yet. And many people are anxious, worried about who's going to win and how our country is going to change depending on who the person is or who is going to be elected or the election outcome. You know, in a way, we can place our focuses on this election, being anxious and worried about the things all the things that's happening. But the thing is that it's still not going to change anything. It's not going to change the outcome. But one thing we know for sure is that God will never change, and that is for sure. And Hebrews chapter 13, verse 8 reminds us that Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. So my encouragement to you is this: maintain and increase your faith by keeping your attention focused on Jesus. Remind yourself of his presence, of his power, of his care, and his willingness to help you. remove your eyes off your inadequacies. And it's time for us to put our eyes on Jesus and focus on him. So may God bless you all. Let me know your thoughts, comments below. Looking forward to seeing you later again. God bless you all. Bye-bye.